Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, and today I'm going to be showing you what I'm working on. Quick channel update. I'm back into Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm gonna be posting more. I'm gonna be playing more. Yeah, stuff like that. I had to take a break because if you play too long, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're not gonna find fun. It's just something you got to do every now and then. And that's what I did, and I came back and I enjoy this game again. So something that everyone should do every now and then. Nothing wrong with it. It just happens. But what I'm showing you right now is a theory. It's a deck theory. It's a deck made for next format without knowing what next format is. First off, is anti-meta chaos. It's all I play, chaos decks. But I'm going into this one the whole different approach because I don't think we're going to be seeing the same decks in the next format. I hope not, because we're done with these decks. They've been around way too long. This format's almost 5 months old when Japan gets a format every 3 months. No, hold on. April? Yeah, it's almost 5 months old. Ridiculous. So I'm going to be showing you this theory. We got the Jesus double gores. I was testing Trag, and if you guys seen G Stream, Mega Capital G Stream, you know how I hate Trag now. It's absolute garbage. I justified it when I had Max C, but I think Max C is garbage too, so not going to be playing it. Double Doom Cal, amazing against Cosmo, but I'm preparing it for next format. There's going to be a lot of things that have a lot of graveyard effects, and Doom Cal is really good against those. And I'm not sure how well any hand trap's going to do next format, because people are starting to understand how pointless it is to have Max C in their deck now. You need it against one deck when they go first. And that's terrible. That's absolute garbage. But yeah, Cyber Dragon, I still expect Cosmos next format. I really do. One Thunder King, because you can only play one. This seems like it's from 2006, and it's actually from 2003. I'm playing this card. I tested it earlier, and it was in the side, and I put it in because I was joking around, and it put in so much work. I'm like, holy shit. So I put in one, I'm like, this is not enough. I put in two. I'm not going to put in three because I think that's going to be where the line is drawn. But this is actually just amazing against all those demise decks because it always gets rid of a back row. If it doesn't destroy it, they're forced to use it. And then if it does destroy back row, then you just got a body on board. That's two things. When they lose demise decks, when they lose back row and they have to deal with a monster, that's two issues that they have trouble with. They just want to floodgate you and keep you from playing. But if you have a guy like this, it's literally a threat. It's the scariest monster in your deck. These guys, they don't care. Big monsters, no, it doesn't bother them. These cards are ineffective against them. This guy is the scariest thing. It makes demise decks scared of a card from 2003. It's actually just amazing. Then we got Gravekeepers. It's the engine. I really like it. You get Spy to get Spy attacks. You get Spy to ascend and destroy some. A rank 3 here. It's just, there's so much utility with this, and I really like it. Puts a lot of graveyard fuel. It's just amazing. I was playing Darkrai, and I'm probably going to put him back in soon, but I just need to find the perfect mixture for this deck. 2 Necroface. It doesn't even... Okay. I'm just going to skip to this. +1. Doesn't matter. It doesn't say you cannot special summon. Oh, you cannot draw cards for... No. Draw... It's cost. That doesn't require you giving up any physical advantage except deck resources. But otherwise, it's a +1. It's free of activation. The only other condition is you can only activate one per turn. When you have Necroface in your deck, you're literally just playing 3 Pot of Greeds. That's exactly what's happening, because there have been countless occasions where I Pot of Desires, Banish 10, draw 2. One, it's a Necroface, 2200 Necroface. I'm already +1, and I didn't even actually make a play. I just activated a card, and then normal summoned another one. Like, this is why it's so important. I really like this card. If I didn't play this, this wouldn't be in here for any reason, but this is just... This card's broken. Like, any reason I can find to play this, I'm going to play it. 2 Fossil Dyna, really good card. I really like it. I think Capital G actually told me I should probably play this in the deck, and I tested it, and it was doing pretty good. I was actually kind of surprised. There was a scenario where this guy didn't attack with a pilot because I have so many Mirror Force. I had so many Mirror Force, so he didn't attack with his ship. Flipped over Fossil Dyna, it couldn't float, and I thought that was mind blowing. 2 Spirit Reaper, just amazing card all around. This is where it's gonna find weird. 2 Snow Rabbit, but only 1 Effect Veiler. I came up with the conclusion that, and this might be it, but we're going to have to see how next format goes. Rabbit is just going to be all around better. Like, there are certain scenarios where Effect Veiler is needed over Rabbit, but Metal Foes Yang Zing, Effect Veiler does absolutely nothing. Pendulum decks, Veiler does very little because their most important normal summon is a Magispector, so you can't do that. But they set up a scale, try to use scale effect, boom. That's a theory I had. I've been testing it, and it's been just way better than Veiler. And this is all for next format, which is entirely up to speculation. I'm just assuming that we're not going to keep the decks we have. So the next best decks that are coming along, that's what we're dealing with. 1 DD Crow, this is actually a mistake. I should be playing more than 1. This card against Blue Eyes is literally just like game changing. Like, they target their Blue Eye thing, they target their dragon with, I can't remember, it's not called Gospel anymore, but whatever it is, you just crow out and they lost advantage. Because not only did they lose advantage, all their monsters are so big that they can't normal summon them, so not only did you get rid of a card for free, but you also kind of just stop them. Like, they can't make very many plays without special summoning, and when you take away that ability, it really, really hinders them. You can also just banish out the Monster Reborn Dragon thing. I don't know what its name is. I'll just call it Gospel. You can also just banish out Gospel and then Regeki them. I've done that a few times. And then the 1 Veiler, like I was talking about. Desires, I already explained, broken, like, +1. No conditions attached. It's just like... Let me explain something to you. Because I'm playing anti-meta, all your cards do something. Like, it's like this card and this card. They don't do anything on their own. Everything else does something on its own. Like, you don't need another card to make it good. And it includes that with the deck, too. Like, if you draw BLS, like, it's a power card. That's all it is. Like, Doomcal, it can just stand alone and beat shit out of things. Same with Thunder King, Breaker. Can make XCs with these 3 cards alone, like Fossil Dyna, Spirit Reaper. They all do something on their own. They don't need another card to be good, so you don't need to put important resources in your deck. You don't have to worry about them, because if, let's say, you do get rid of all of them, it doesn't matter because all your cards do something. They're not cards like have these 3 cards, so this card's unplayable. It's not like Brilliant Fusion. So, since all your cards are playable cards, you can play this. And if you're going to deck out, then you have Necroface. 2 MST, like it better than this. This is actually starting to suck. I might take this out soon. Regeki, Book of Moon, just spells. This is garbage. This is trash. Mirror Forces, I think I might go back to Storm. I might go back to Storming. This one hasn't been very good. Like, I always have monsters on board. I want to protect this guy. I don't want to protect my life. I just want to kill you. Strikes. It's okay. It's actually not even great. It's just okay. But you need to play it because certain decks you need that advantage over them. Warning, very good. Bottomless, pretty good. These are actually pretty good too. I might tinker around with these more. I don't know. Extra deck, 2 Chimeras. for the Cyber Dragon in main and Cyber Dragons inside. I still expect Cosmos next format, but I could be wrong. Then we got Leo. These synchros you make 99% of the time is with this. Leo, Trishula, Stardust, Black Rose, Charge Warrior, and Catastro. And then Xyz, Master Key 101, Castel, Direwolf, Dweller, Quantal, and Levier. I want to add Daigusto Emerald. If you don't know, this is the deck I'm actually working on in real life. I tried to record on my phone, but phone's not being very cooperative, so this is what I have. I want to go Daigusto Emerald. I might cut a synchro for it because these are very rarely used. They're just power plays when I do use them. I don't know. I want a Daigusto Emerald, and I want a Rafflesia for these 3 cards. I'd have to test. Side, Cyber Dragons. If there's no Cosmo, I'll probably just... I don't even know if I'll play Cyber Dragon. 3 Kaiku, kind of the same thing. I also want it to use against any weird Monarch player that may still exist next format. Veilers, for anything that Rabbit's not good against, which there will be a few next format. Another Dweller, I don't know. I mean, maybe. 2 System Down, like I said, Cosmo. Dark Hole for Rogue. Twin Twister, I expect there to be a lot of anti-meta this next format because of... I think they'll hit... I'm not even sure if they'll hit Card Demise. I know they'll do something to it, but I don't know. And this will go the same with Demise decks. So, a few quick thoughts. Pot of Desires. People are still under the impression that, ooh, it's such a shit card. But the only reason it's bad is because they play cards in their deck that do absolutely nothing on their own. Gem Knight Garnet, Brilliant Fusion, whatever fucking normal monster you play with that is shit. It's absolute garbage. Like, you're giving up card advantage to play awful, not bad, awful cards in your deck because it can pay off. Like, I don't like cards that say, if you draw me, you lose, but if you don't, you win. Like, I don't like cards like that. It's literally, it demotes skill. It demotes deck building. Like, Brilliant Fusion, when played right, can be consistent, but people don't play it like that. They don't play it consistently. They play it as a one-time thing, and if they draw that thing you need it for, then it's useless. They have like 7 or 8 cards in their deck that are unplayable. And then, technically, their deck is unplayable because they relied on Brilliant Fusion. So it's like, what's the point? Why are you playing cards that's... I'll just explain it like this. That's the contradiction of Pot of Desires. When you have to play one-ofs that you need in your deck, don't play Pot of Desires. But I think cards like that are just bad on their own. Like Fire King Island is a good card in a Void. Brilliant Fusion is a good card in a Void, except you're playing Gem Knights, and it's amazing in there. But if it's good in a Void, it's not a real application. Fire King Cosmos suck because it's not a real application you can put into that deck. Pot of Desires works when your deck has plenty of good cards in it. You should, first off, because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, you shouldn't be playing bad cards in your deck. I just don't understand that. What's the point of that? But that's my whole rant on Pot of Desires. It's an amazing card. It's actually just broken. It's just... I don't even know how to explain it. It's like people are playing awful cards in their deck and saying, "Oh, Pot of Desire sucks," when they're playing like baby chickens that do nothing in their deck, Gem Knight Garnet, which is unplayable, and then like Jack Knight or whatever Dark Witch, and that's like absolute garbage. Like, it's unplayable trash. You can't draw it. They're literally undrawable cards in your deck, and you will draw them. So once you draw them, you're saying, okay, I start off with 4 cards in my hand. I start off with 3 cards in my hand. Like, what is the point of that? That's so bad. Like, let's say you play quite a few Gem Knights. Like, Gem Knight Amber is a good example. Gem Knight Amber may be a Gemini, but it actually does a thing. It actually can retrieve banished monsters to your hand when you discard a Gem Knight card. And that's pretty good because a lot of decks banish. Like, you can get back Aetios or something, but people refuse to do that because they don't want to take up deck space, but they're playing a bad engine, and that's pointless. Like, you're not making it consistent, you're making it very inconsistent. That's just a rant. But another thing I'll go to describe is Doomcal. Everyone's saying, oh, this card's shit. They're probably saying it with this too. Doomcal has probably, if I've ever summoned Doomcal, 90% of the, 80, 85, 90% of the time I won that duel. It's literally because, it's not even because of its power. Like, this card can be outclassed by quite a bit of things. It doesn't matter because people can't play around it. This format is so exploitable, and I think the next format is, you can just play a random, just stupid stun monster, and your opponent is like, what? I can't counter this. And it's literally like, it's like they're playing like their stupid ship. They have the perfect hand. They have Fire King Island and a ship. And I summon Doomcal, and they're done. They can't do anything. And it's like, this format is exceptionally exploitable because of how bad people are being right now. And like, it goes the same with Breaker. You just set 5 in a Demise deck, and then I summon a monster that not only is a body, but it destroys something, and like, you're countered. You have to use more than one resource to counter a card from 2003. It's actually ridiculous. Like, all these cards, they're old. Well, some of these aren't old, but they punish your opponent for playing like normal. And because people are so trained right now to play like normal, they can't play out of new situations. They've went up a regular old meta deck so much that when they see something rogue, they're scared because they don't know what to do. They fear losing. And it's like, it's why this format is so exploitable. You can play just random stuff in your deck, but if it does something against a meta deck, or just any deck that's new, people just, they're out of their minds. They have no idea what to do. And that's why I play anti-meta chaos, is because people have no idea what to do around it. It's literally, it's like a snake you've never seen before. You're very scared if it's poisonous or not when it's just a garden snake, but you've never seen it before, so you're scared. Like, this is a garden snake, and I'm just eating cobras. Like, that's all it is, because they're scared of you. It's just how this format is shaping out. It's like people are dueling in this very standard, very bland, very straightforward format, and then when you come in with some rogue, they can't duel like they do. Their deck, like if I have Doomcal up and they need to normal summon Adia, they can't do anything. They actually just cannot counter it. Just a perfect example, like, people try to OTK and I drop Gores, and they spent every single resource they had to try to OTK, and then Gores just shuts them down, and I can win from there. It's just how this format is. It's nothing with like players or anything. It's just how this format is shaped out. The meta decks are so far ahead, they just duel each other, so when you come in with some rogue or stunny, they really don't know what to do. They don't know how to counter it. And that's why I'm playing this deck. That's my rant. Few quick things before I end the video. One thing, it's something I expect for the format coming up. I expect Burning Abyss to be gone. Like, gone. Like, I don't expect them to even be playable. I really don't. Like, I think TCG has seen how playable they are in the OCG with all those hits, and I think they're going to take it further. I really do, even though the TCG has made it, because it's been around for almost 2 years. I think in September it will be around for 2 years, and that's more than enough. That's way more than enough. That's too long. I don't expect Monarchs, because people need to stop buying that deck. It's a structure deck. It's one of their I think it is their best-selling structure deck ever. I could be wrong about that. If you know, you can let me know, but they need to stop selling it because they can't push any new structure decks with it because we got Pendulum Domination coming out soon, and people are really excited for that. So I don't expect Monarchs to be around either. I expect Pendulums to be gone too. I really do, because I think Konami has realized what a fatal error they have made making Pendulums, and I think they're just going to go after them until like they don't have much. Because they've won quite a few nationals in Europe, so I think it's safe to assume that Pendulums are going to get hit worse. I could be wrong about that one though, because Pendulums have got a lot of hits, unlike Cosmo and BA. Cosmo, I don't expect it to be that damaged, but I do think they're going to have an actual like comprehensible hit to it. Like they're not just going to put teleport to do and call it a day. I think they're going to actually take something from the deck. Like, who knows, maybe they'll put Tin Can to 1 or ban Dark Destroyer. I don't know. I feel like they're going to do one thing, like one big thing, but I think the deck will still be playable, and I still think we'll be seeing it around. I could be wrong about that too, but if I'm wrong, I think they're just going to do nothing to it. I don't think they're going to destroy it. Not yet. But what I expect to be in the meta is number one, Blue Eyes, because it's already doing a lot now, and next format's just going to shave off the meta it has issues with, and then it's just going to be the best deck. I think that's how it's going to be. If not Metal Foes Yang Zing, that deck is ridiculous. And we don't even have all the cards for it, but it's already amazing. Like, it's actually just insane. I'm scared when I get 9 branches. I think that will be an emergency ban, because if you can search like 3 of them in one turn, that's an issue. I don't expect spirals. I don't think they're good enough. I think they'll be like a rogue deck. People play like Lunalights. I think Lunalights will be better than that, really. But that's just right there. They might get more support that makes them a ton better. I think we'll have to see where this format goes, because it's going to be a new format, and if they do shave off all that meta, I think the format's going to be super diverse in the beginning, and it'll be difficult for us to comprehend what's going to be meta until like later on in the format. But that's what I'm expecting. It usually happens 99% of the time. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to try to post more videos. Shout out to Grand Cheveldungo for getting like 1 billion subscribers in like 10 minutes. That's pretty cool. Nice job, man. But you deserve it. You got the Gym Knights and you killed everyone in that tourney. That was really bad. Thank you all for watching. And remember, Master Dinnerflex will take your soul.